I've also written this on the comment section. So 2 questions, choose one. You have 15 minutes, post which you have to explain the solution.
Sure, ma'am. Can I have the questions?
Yes.
And please tell me whenever the time is over. Or just
Time starts now.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sorry, any question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
so the question 2. So the utility is measured by log y. What is the base for y for log? Is it 10 or e?
So you can go ahead and take it at 10. That should be fine. Hi, Smriti. Is it done?
Ma'am, just 1 minute, maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay, sure.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, so I started with the first question, but I jumped to the second one.
Okay.
So the first one, the 2A part is derive the coefficient of absolute risk aversion and certainty equivalent of lottery faced by the farmer.
Right.
So since the farmer has two states of nature, one where the crops get destroyed and the other where the crops does not get destroyed. In the normal situation, both have a probability of 1 by 2. So I've calculated the expected utility of the farmer, the crop, the market value of the crop basically, which would be 1 by 2 log of 100 plus 1 by 2 log of 25, which is coming to be equal to log 50.
Okay.
So now the coefficient which should be equal to, if the person is not risk averse, the farmer is not risk averse, and the person is risk neutral, the certainty equivalent is calculated in that way, which is calculates at what amount of y, the amount of market value crop, will the person be will the person be equally well off as he is right now. So it is u of y or log of y equal to log of 50.
Okay.
Thus u at 50, when u is 50, the person, that is the certainty equivalent of lottery faced by the farmer. Now the coefficient of risk aversion, I don't remember this exactly, the what this term means. I've forgotten what this term means actually.
Okay, no problem. So it is double derivative of utility divided by single derivative of utility.
Okay, ma'am. So shall I calculate that right now?
No problem. No problem. That should be fine. So if you will double differentiate this and divide it by the single differentiation of this, you will get 1 by y. So that will be the coefficient of risk aversion.
And can you explain what this means, if this is fine, if it is
Huh.
fine?
So it just tells you how risk averse an individual is. So the magnitude was given by this formula, and it's just a magnitude of telling whether I will be very highly risk averse or whether I will be less risk averse. The magnitude is given by this formula.
Okay.
And it's there, I think so, it's there in Snyder or Varian. One book gives this formula. Okay. So then the second part, what did we do?
Ma'am, in the second part, the insurance company comes into play. So the insurance can be sold at price P. So a farmer will buy X insurance for amount X. So the amount of X, that is also varying, as well as the term P. Both of them are varying, which is X is a function of P. So basically X is just so everything is just a function of P. Now I have calculated as in, if the farmer invest in insuring amount X, let that be amount X as it is shown here. So in the normal scenario, the farmer will be left with 100 minus P into X of P.
Okay.
While in the worst scenario, in the situation where flood occurs, the farmer will be left with 25 plus, which is the normal one, plus P into X of P. Since I have assumed,
wouldn't it be 1 minus P into P into X?
now 1 minus P, why? P is the amount of P is just the premium. It is not the.
So the what did you suggest? 25 log of what?
Log of 25 plus px. I have assumed that the insurance company in the ever scenario will pay back the consumer, the farmer, p into x.
Okay, fine, got it. Okay.
So the whole equation has turned out to be half of log of 100 minus px plus half log of 25 plus px. This will be just log of root 100 minus px into 25 plus px. Ma'am, in this question, the question was derive the farmer's demand function for insurance.
Correct.
X of P. So I thought that we would have to differentiate U with respect to P to find out the maximum the price where the utility of farmer would be maximized. So it would be just a moment.
So you found out the first order condition, right?
Yeah, ma'am, first order.
Yes, correct. And after solving, what X did you get?
Ma'am, just a moment. I think I've struck that off. Just one moment. So it will be 125 equal to 2500 minus px square plus 125 px. And so I was basically, due to time constraint, I was not able to derive the exact value of p.
No problem. So it's okay. I understand that you get that you have to go and find the first order condition and your equation is correct. So that should be fine. And did you try part C for it?
Yes, ma'am. So in part C, we have to look from the insurance company's perspective, where insurance company's perspective as well as government's perspective. So insurance company will have to bear the cost of every client that the company wants, or client is involved, every client he is involved with. Further, so I have assumed one more variable here, which is the number of clients that the insurance company has. It would be C, the number of clients.
Okay.
The profit will be defined by, because every client will yield the income insurance company a profit of P into X with a probability of 1 by 2, while a loss of P into X with a probability of 1 by 2. Since I've assumed that the company will pay back the farmer PX only if the scenario is adverse.
Yeah.
So it would be, huh?
Here there is a slight mistake. I will go ahead and share the solution with you. I have to go for the next interview now. But you don't need another variable for the number of clients, right? Even without that, you can find out the equation of break even where there will be zero profit. And what you can do is you can just find profit and equate that profit to 5, because 5 is the cost per client only. So I don't need number of clients. So I can find what is going to be my revenue per person. I don't need to multiply it with C. And 5 is also per client only. It's cost per client. So I can equate it to 5 and then I can find the value.
And ma'am, is the insurance premium P? So is that for every single client? I thought that is just one insurance premium, just a fixed cost that is there for allowing the government to allow the insurance company to go to smoothly work.
Yes. So it says the amount is independent of how much insurance the client buys. It's independent of that.
Okay, so it is dependent on the client, like
It is per, yes, exactly.
So ma'am, in that scenario, P would be equal to 5, since I'm assuming that there is a half probability of the normal situation occurring, where the insurance company will have to will get P into X, while there is a 1 by 2 probability of the insurance company will have to pay the farmer PX. So the expected profit for the insurance company would be half of PX minus plus half of minus PX, plus P, since the premium since it gets the premium, which as you said is equal to 5.
But why would you set it equal to 5? I mean, that would not make sense, right?
Ma'am, basically, even if I don't set it as 5, so I would say expected profit plus P minus 5 will be equal to 0, since the profit is equal to 0. We are expecting 0 profit here.
Correct.
So,
But you have to find the value of P. And remember that when you will write this equation, there will also be XP. So you will have to pick up that value of XP from part B. And then you will have to solve for this part.
okay.
Right?
Ma'am, but is there a problem with expected profit one? Because since the way I have calculated expected profit, X doesn't matter. X doesn't affect anything here.
But X itself is a function of P from part B. So ultimately you will have another P term coming in before you solve for the value of P.
No, all I'm saying is that since I've calculated expected profit and assumed that the company will pay PX only in the reverse situation, the expected profit is turning to be equal to 0 in either case. Thus, X doesn't come into the equation.
Correct. But the question asked is what value of P should the government choose? You have equated it to 0, but from there you have to still find the value of P, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you will find the value of P, that will have X in it. So when you set equal to 0, from there you have to still find what P is. And in that expected profit, you have a term of XP included.
Okay.
So okay, so nevertheless, so what I think is, you did pretty well as compared to, what you should have done for the time allotted to you. So it's a well attempted question. Maybe later what you can do is I will ask someone to share the solution with you, and you can also go ahead and have a look at the solution. There are bits and pieces which you can again focus on. So as I was mentioning, maybe this is something which, because it is there in book, coefficient of absolute risk aversion, you should be going ahead and looking at these formulas also. Sometimes the panel does ask question on this.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'll move on to my next interview then.
And ma'am, one more thing.
Yes.
Just one more thing. So ma'am, since I did not prepare, I did not prepare a lot for the exams, can you suggest me some material, because I don't have anything right now, no notes, nothing. Can you suggest me some material to study from? Because
Snyder is the best book to follow in this case.
okay, ma'am. Snyder. So ma'am, Snyder, do I have to solve it or just go through it like this? Like
You
just...
should be solving all the back questions of Snyder. That should be enough.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
also, is Snyder's solutions available somewhere?
I am not sure if it is available in the open source. I think you will have to look if it's available freely or not.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
And ma'am, any other review that, I'm sorry, I'm delaying your interviews a bit, but can you please give me some review apart from the third question, the third part? How was the overall?
I think you did pretty well as compared to, because you were just given 15 minutes. So you did a good job. That is my overall suggestion. But as I said, try to read in between the lines also from the book. So sometimes very, very small things will come in exam. So try to go ahead and read every possible thing from Snyder. That should be the Bible that you should be following for now.
Okay, ma'am. Also, ma'am, I had to clear one question. So I heard that there would be two questions. One would be from micro, the other would be from maths probably. So is that the case generally?
They change this every time. Sometimes they give you micro plus maths and they ask you to choose your subject. Sometimes they will only give you 3 questions from micro and ask you to choose one. Sometimes they will only give you 1 question and ask you to do that. So it differs from year to year. But yes, there have been batches where you were given micro and maths and you were asked to choose one subject.
Okay, ma'am. And is there macro as well in some part of it?
Very rarely. They don't give macro. Of course, I mean, what they do this time, what the panel does is different. But usually it's between micro and maths. That is the question is given.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, Snyder's back questions will be enough and the theory.
Yes, that should be more than enough for the exam.
The entire book, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Really, thank you.
Thank you.